Welcome to the Inspired Father podcast, where we celebrate the extraordinary journey of fatherhood. I'm your host, Wesley Rhoads. Join us as we bring heartfelt, empowering stories from fathers all around the world, the joys and challenges to the triumphs and lessons learned. This podcast is a beacon of inspiration for every dad out there. So let's embark on that adventure of fatherhood together and get inspired. All right, welcome to the Inspired Father podcast. Today I have with me Gregory. Gregory, thank you so much for coming on. If you wouldn't mind, just give me a quick 30 seconds to a minute about you, and we'll dive right in.
Hi Wes, hi everybody. Yes, my name is Grygorii Mishura. I'm working at the Fred Astaire Dance Studio, and I'm originally from Ukraine. I came in 2007, I believe. Yeah, it was 2000, beginning 2007, and started to work in Greensboro, North Carolina, and we're still here already for 20 years. And really like here. And me and my wife Nina, we got married in already like for 3 years.
Okay.
And we this is we're already getting ready to celebrate first year of our daughter first birthday in November 22nd. That's going to be yes, that's going to be her first celebration.
Wow.
Uh,
And if you don't mind sharing, what is your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Vera.
Vera. Very cool.
Yes, Faith in English, or in Ukrainian it's Vera.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
It means faith.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that at all. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were picking the name for a long time, like which that was like usually it was hard decision, and then somehow, oh, we haven't had this name in our
Exactly.
family. That looks new because we heard it somewhere, but
Uh-huh. We we changed the name for our daughter last minute, and yeah, originally we were going to name her Oksana,
oh,
and then we changed our minds last minute and chose Serafina. And we're glad that we did. We like Oksana too, but Serafina really fits her personality. So, and
yeah,
Vera definitely fits your daughter as well. That's awesome, Gregory. Thank you so much for that background. Can you? So one thing I'd like to hit on real quick is your all's wedding was absolutely epic when it comes to dancing, because you being a professional dancing instructor, all of the people that were at your wedding were just phenomenal dancers. And I remember the DJ said something about he's never seen dancing like this before ever. Um, but yeah, tell us a little bit about your history with you and your wife Nina, like all the way up to the wedding and now.
yes, we met long time ago. She came to the studio. Yeah, she came like a student. She danced with different teachers, and uh, she started, I mean, with different teachers, and then for some reason she asked, "Can I dance with this guy?" I don't know. For some reason, she decided to dance with someone else, and she asked me to dance one of her first showcases performance on the stage. So we dance, and during the dance, we realized we like each other a little bit more. So then she stopped being a student for a while.
Okay.
She stopped dancing. It was hard for her because
Yeah.
like each other, she come like a student, and so it was hard decision for a while to stop to dance. And so we start dating. Then after a while, we like each other. We start each other more and more, and we got married after what we were dating for a while. Actually, we were dating for like 8 years.
Yeah.
But and we start, of course, we start to dance. We start to dance again because it's something what always makes you feel better, makes you
Yeah.
look good together, and we start to dance a little bit more. And when uh, when we decide to have a baby, that was actually really helpful for recovery and all that. uh,
Okay. Yeah.
yes. After we got the baby, that was, of course, for mom, it's never easy,
No.
and sometimes it's very hard, sometimes it's very hard. But
And does Vera come to the dance studio with you guys when you go dancing?
she been already at the studio several times,
Okay.
and that was very interesting because we were not sure how she gonna react because
Yeah.
we didn't have much time to take her to the people. But she came, she looks around, she started to hug people, cry a couple times. Every time, every time when she sees the people, like you, sometimes
Yeah.
kids they crying, but when she sees people, every time she cries a little shortly. So
Okay.
she's already more about the hug people more.
Oh, that's awesome. And then let's dive into your history, being from the Ukraine and coming to the U.S. And just talk to us a little bit about that process. What motivated you to make the change, and maybe dive in a little bit about your childhood in the Ukraine and like geography, where you're from, um, all of that. Love to hear more on that.
Yes, so I'm from Kiev, capital of Ukraine, and start to dance like usually kids. I mean, your parents they sign you up when you little. They trying to sign you up everything for everywhere for everything. And dancing that was one of those hobbies for the little kids what
Yeah.
started growing over the years.
Uh-huh.
And of course, when you dance, you meet people. You and With a ballroom dancer, it's lots of competition, international competition, and you meet people from abroad. And one of those competitions, somebody from Durham, North Carolina, came. One of the owners of the studio, she came to the one of the Ukrainian to one of the presidents of Ukrainian dance organization, and she's like, we need some guys who who you can recommend, who can
Okay.
work well. And so the first they invite my a friend, uh, Alyosha Anatoly, who with who we were together at the same university.
Uh,
And so he came first, and then like 2 or 3 years later, he called me and he he invited me also to work because as soon as he had the call and he researched about the Fred Astaire, he started talking about that because we didn't have anything like this in Ukraine, like such a
okay.
big company. And we never had experience to work in a.
Fred Astaire is a ballroom dance studio that's very popular here in the United States, just for those who aren't aware.
Yes, and this is like one of the oldest. It's like Fred Astaire opened the first studio in 1947,
Whoa, I
and
didn't know it was that old.
yes, that was fun to know. It's like, wow, now we work in a company who opened the first studio 3 years before first McDonald's, and
Yeah.
and
Wow.
because in Ukraine we had like all studios they more separate,
Right.
and usually if it's different studios they're not so friendly with each other. Like let's compete against each other. Here
Okay.
it's like 100 studios. You see each other, everyone like a one big family,
Oh, nice.
and it's crazy when you go somewhere, completely different place, different country. If it's Fred Astaire competition, you go there, and it's like, wow, Fred Astaire people, everyone loves each other, everyone knows what to do, everyone looks always happy.
Yeah.
It's a very great experience, and it's always people support each other. It's and we were really happy. So we got stuck. We're already working for so long, and we don't think it was the wrong choice. It was a
Right.
great choice to
Right.
for the
So
English.
Losha came here, and then 2, 3 years later, he contacted you to come as well.
We had contact. He said, as soon as I open the studio, I will invite you, because we
Okay.
know each other for years. So we
Right.
kind of, and we thought like, so if everything gonna work well with the documents, so definitely I will come.
Okay.
And then when they invite you, you come here, and like most of us, like I never speak English, I never learn English, and you came for a first lesson, and
Hmm.
like and they give you the student, and you dance with Miss Frenzy, who is like, for example, like 80 years old. They're like, Frenzy, make a fast underarm turn and put your right foot on my shoulder. And you like Gregory, like like right now I cannot put my foot on your shoulder. Like, oh, I mean hand. Sorry, Frenzy. Yes, so that was a lots of fun.
Wow.
Lots of fun for our students to have a con- conversation with new students, but they help us a lot, and we practice every day to talking to them, and start speaking more and more English, and we like it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
we're growing with our students at the same time.
Now, do you feel like your dancing has gotten better since you've been um, stateside, or would you say it's kind of maintained, but instruction wise, you've certainly, I would imagine, improved since being here. But I can imagine that, myself as a flying instructor, sometimes when you're always practicing the basics, that's very good. But then at the same time, your own skill level doesn't have the opportunity to improve. Would you say that you've had the opportunity to improve your own skill sets, or it kind of maintains level?
Oh yeah. Well, that was a little bit different, because back in Ukraine, or like in Europe, when we dance, there is another funny thing, because we focus on the good dancing, strong dancing. We want to win at the competition. And even when you come for in America, when you have first lesson and you ask, "Did you have fun?" When you dance, like, why they asking me to have fun? I'm not here to have fun. I want to get the first place.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
we dance so serious. We don't sometimes forget, like, we're supposed to have fun while we dance.
Uh-huh.
And I never learned how to dance socially for fun with people, just like randomly, like you. And but here, when we start to dance at the same ballroom dancing, but it's like completely different goals. It's like it's about to learn how to dance with anyone, doesn't matter beginner, professional. So it's like internet. It's like international language.
Uh-huh.
You can get somebody's hand, and you can understand each other right away. It's take a time and practice, but it's a great feeling when you can feel like, wow, it's so awesome. I can understand my partner, and we can take over and dance to any kind of music. It's like, this is what we teach the students from the very beginning. It's a feeling like you learn how to drive a car.
Mm.
And when you teach lessons every day, when we have those dance parties with every student, you feel like, because you keep practicing, and you feel it's getting like better, and it's really hard to stop. It's
Yeah.
after a while you get in the with, like, I know, old, even for the teachers, when you work, it looks like, so from the morning until the night, and then sometimes like, I need vacation, I need break. But when you go
Yeah.
for a little long, like, I need to come back, I already feel like something missing, because you're working, you're having fun, and
Uh-huh.
for students, it's also, it's hard to stop, because
Right.
it doesn't matter. You compete, you have fun. You on the stage, you have fun.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like everything. You just find looking always for the best and more fun way to do whatever I did yesterday. You want to do today even more fun.
Yeah.
So very creative. Lots of
I
creative
would
ideas.
I would call my experience on the stage type two fun. I don't know, are you familiar with type two fun?
No, what is type two fun?
Type two fun is when you look back at it, it was very fun, but in the moment, that was very stressful. So like if you do something that was dangerous or difficult, when you look back at it, it's fun. But then when you're doing it, it wasn't fun. It was very stressful. That's my experience on the stage. But that also came with uh, added pressure of proposing. So that was tough.
Well, but you have a little different story. You had extra pressure. You,
Yeah,
you,
I know.
you got on your knee and
I'm
you
just
gave
sitting in the
Chastity
back, just
for
like
the
wringing
ring.
my hands.
That was that is, I think, everyone in the theater was nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was, but oh, and then with Vera, do you already do like a little bit of dancing at home and around the house with her?
Yes,
Yeah.
she likes to dance. She likes to dance. She even that she doesn't walk yet, but she always bouncing, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
bending her knees, and she likes to dance to any music. She likes it when you shake her on the hands, and it's funny even when she's up. There was a couple times when she was very upset and crying really hard, and Nina just for fun she pushed the button on the toy would start playing, and
Yeah.
she did she started dancing right away, but she didn't stop crying, and she was screaming and dancing.
Oh
And
no.
then we look at each other like, wait a second. So can you pick? Are you happy or are you sad? And she's like wiggle, bum, bounce, and wah, and screaming. So like, I guess
She's
she's
like, I
gonna
want
be
to win the
a dancer.
competition. I don't.
Yes, I
Yeah.
guess she's gonna be a dancer.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
imagine so. And yeah, I try to dance with both Sebastian and Serafina, but we would once they are able to comprehend, yeah, I think it'd be so cool to get the two of them to dance together. And because Chastity, my wife, she's much better than I, but we have a lot of friends now that are very good dancers, and it'd be so cool just to have have them grow up knowing how to dance because I feel like a lot of Americans, or just people in general that I'm exposed to, they don't men especially they don't put an emphasis on it anymore, like dancing. And then when you get into social settings, because they don't know what to do, or like at a wedding or something like that, because they don't know how to dance, they sit in a corner and maybe drink a glass of wine, and then meanwhile their wife is trying to get them to go dancing. I think it's a good skill to pick up to at least the elementary level, so that when you go to a wedding or to some sort of other social setting where there's dancing, you and your wife can at least go have a little bit of fun versus not feeling confident to get out on the dance floor as a man. I think it's a big confidence booster, that's for sure.
That was another reason why we like uh, so much this the Fred Astaire way
Hmm.
how they teach, because like usually if somebody would tell me like, all right, we're going to go to the party, we're going to dance like this event, they're like, oh my god, we need to practice, take a lots of lessons, like work really hard to prepare. Here it's like anyone come to the studio for introductory
Yeah.
even before your first real so before your first real lesson, you have like a one or two introductory lesson. Even after this, you already can stay for the party and dance and talk with someone. Not many
Yeah.
steps, but the whole idea is like right away. If you dance, especially with the teacher, somebody get your hand, push you a little bit, and you're already doing foxtrot or rumba or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
it's like it's so cool because it happened like right away.
Yeah.
And lots of people they usually they don't know. They're like, oh my god, it's gonna be confusing, it's gonna be scary, I'm gonna look funny and stupid.
not so
And
hard.
then when you actually try, it's like, oh, actually that's not so scary. You're like, I should do that earlier.
Right, exactly. Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for a lot of our listeners and other fathers, it's also a really good way to um, spend time going on a date with your wife. I feel like after a child is born, that relationship that you have with your wife becomes a little bit more difficult because now you don't have quite so much time, and then you're so focused on the baby that oftentimes you miss each other. And next thing you know, 3 months goes by and you haven't had any time together. I think dancing is a really good way to keep the spark alive.
My wife Nina got pregnant, and her belly, she was growing, 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 and it's like every week she was getting heavier. Something hurt here, something hurt there,
Hmm.
and she like feels like everything goes down. It's like it's just everything getting worse. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to eat. It's hard. Everything. It's like life is not fun anymore. And then difficulty, all scariness during the delivery. Like scary driving with some with blood in the hospital with a
Yeah.
lot of pain and scare. And then she goes home, like she couldn't get up of the bed because the C-section, and she couldn't take care of the baby. She felt like so bad, like her mom, I cannot, because of the surgery she cannot get up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to help as much as I can, but it's still, when everything is hurts, you cannot feel yourself. And you look at she looks at the mirror and like, oh my god, I look so bad. It's like it's not my self. And so like, and because I teach at the studio for many years, and I've seen so many and similar cases, lots of different cases. And like I said, let's do just like with any other students. We're gonna
Yeah.
make a plan for you. You don't say yes or no. We're gonna prepare you for the show. I like, are
Yeah.
you crazy? It's like, what do you mean? Because show, what do you mean on the stage? It's like, I'm done. I'm feel bad. I'm look horrible. It's like my life is suck. I like whatever. It's just trust. Like, don't say, just go and do something. Put the mask on. Nobody gonna see your face.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's put the kind of some big t-shirts, so nobody gonna see you big, small. So she started to practice. And I said, I'm not gonna put you on the list in the show. And then and she didn't really complain much during her lessons. She started to feel a little bit better. I put her name. So I said on the list, and I said, so you're gonna dance. You're gonna dance in the show. Like, I didn't say yes. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You, even day before show, anytime we will cancel it.
Uh-huh.
She started to practice. Then she started to think about dress. Then she started, and then. Oh my god, how many months later, like 3 months later probably, uh, she said something like, oh my god, I look at myself, is it me? I think I lost weight. Oh my god, I think I can point my toes again. Like, oh yeah, yeah, I can fit my shoe. And it's like it was like change every week. And then uh when we got the moment of the show, it was funny. It's like first person when we start to talk about that, it's like, no, everything horrible.
Yeah.
And then she's like in the dress with the makeup, with the hair on the
Yeah.
stage, and she looks like a happiest person. Like it was her. That was her best performance so far, and she thought it's going to be the most suck one. And
Mm.
that was like the best one. She danced several dances with different teachers, and she was she it's helped her to recover a lot, because I have no idea how longer that would take if she would do something else.
Yeah.
Because here, like, so many people, were just like, everyone wants to be happy and everyone helping you to be happier. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was great experience.
That is so cool. I want to change gears just a little bit here, and um, I'm curious as to if you're going to. Is Vera saying any words yet?
says Papa.
Yeah, nice. Very cool.
She,
Um, are you guys planning to bring her up to where she's only speaking English or what because you all live in a house that speaks different languages.
yeah,
Uh,
I speak by myself. I speak Ukrainian or Russian. With my wife, I speak English. So I just trying to speak all languages. Because when we
okay.
go, yeah, when we go to the party, even all kids who is in American school, they speak between us. They use in Russian language.
Uh-huh.
So that will be nice if she would learn more than one.
Very cool. And then Nina is bilingual as well, yeah?
She understands Tagalog, she Filipino family, and she spent so much time on Duolingo. I was very impressed how far she went in the Russian language,
Oh wow.
and she was like really working hard because yeah, she got to the level and like I was like, wow, what I have to answer over here? Like even I don't know, I'm not sure. I was yes, but she did well. She can understand even she say she can talk. It's like when you understand a little bit, even a little bit more fun to hang out around the people. Because
Yeah,
she came for the first party and everyone start to speak different. Everyone started to speak Russian. Of course, for it, it wasn't fun. It's like, oh my
yeah.
god, I think I have a headache. But after she learned a little bit, she started to talk to everyone. Like, oh my god, now like let's do some gossips. It's like,
Yay. There we go. That's
let's
hilarious.
have some fun. They're like,
Yeah,
Nina, it's time to leave, let's go home, let's talk a little bit more.
yeah, yeah. Very neat. That's very cool. So yeah, Vera will be very well cultured that way. And then both of you guys are still working, yeah. So you're um working mostly what starting at noon and then late in the evening, and then Nina is also working. How do you manage that?
Right now we yes, she's working, we're both working full time. She works from 8 to 5. I work
Mhm.
from 12 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so and Vera for right now she's still at home because we have both moms who lives with us, and my mom watching her like in the morning, helping during
Uh-huh.
the daytime.
Oh wow.
Then Nina's mom watch her in the evening, and Nina's like feeding her, putting her to sleep, and then when I came at 10 o'clock, I'm when I'm doing my stuff, I was like, I know it's like I need to feed her around 11 p.m., then probably 2 in the morning. And sometimes she wake up at 4 in the morning, and we're like both in turn who is awake, going
Yeah.
to feed her. And we cannot wait. Hopefully soon she will go to kindergarten or something. We already put her on the list because she is already
Preschool.
getting, yes, preschool, because it
Yeah.
looks like it's getting a little bit, she's getting bored at home. And
Vera is. Okay.
she already same toys. She's like, before it was more fun for her because everything was new. Now she
Yeah.
started to crawl. A couple times she already seen everything. And when we came to see, when we came to visit you, I think, yes, she was very happy to see new kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sebastian, Serafina, they were so much fun. So she's
Yeah,
gonna learn.
it's interesting for us that way because our kids have each other, right? So even if they get bored with the toys or whatever, they will just look to see what the other one is doing and they kind of entertain each other. Sebastian, he he doesn't he doesn't quite understand the personal space, so sometimes he makes Serafina upset. But they hopefully will learn to play well together here soon. Let's talk about your history. Well, no, actually, before we do that, um, you said you have both mothers, your mom and Nina's mom, living with you.
Yes,
Okay, that has to have a lot of challenges with it, as well as
of course.
a lot of blessings. Um, One, I mean, having in-home childcare is, great, but have you? What are some challenges that you've faced with that situation?
Well, challenges, it's of course the language, and just because
Because your mom speaks Russian
she
and
she speaks Russian and Ukrainian, and
in
she's
English.
trying some she's trying to learn,
Okay,
but the way she's like doing things her own way, she's trying to learn English with the textbook, so it goes really slow. It's like there will be a, yeah, that's difficult.
she's not
Because
using
like I said, like you
Duolingo.
need to try to talk to people around you. So
Yeah,
that's the problem, because
uh,
sometimes uh, um well, when you're 20 years old, sometimes uh sometimes it can be, for some people it's hard to learn new language.
right.
But when you all life you've been doing things one way, that's very difficult. And when you come to new place, I mean that's normal reaction when like everything is feels looks different and it's probably wrong, even if it's right.
Yeah,
So in this case, it's that what makes everything harder to understand.
yeah,
And it's like from one side you see it's like that person kind of has a weird understanding of the things, but if you know her, like it makes sense, because
okay,
it just everything before, because I the same thing, like we had my friend's mom watching the kids. She's like very much the same age like my mom, and the same way she came from Ukraine. And it's also like really hard to understand each other with the parents, like how to what to do with the kids. Yeah,
right.
that's because they have like a different vision, and they think like we doing the weird stuff, they think they doing weird stuff, and like both look at each other like, guys, let's just chill out. And
Yeah,
but anyway, they had the kids and we survived, we're still alive, so they didn't kill us when we were little.
yeah,
And now we're just trying to make things better way, because it's
yeah.
2023. But somebody miss 50 years of like
Is is there anything that you've gotten from either of your moms that where you're like, okay, actually this is a good idea. This works way better than what we thought.
they just doing a little different thing. It's like the more people around who interact, then it's better for the baby, because when you see the same person,
Yeah.
because I know like my mom, she likes to walk you around. She's like holding and she's running around like on the stairs up and down. It's like an idea I totally forgot, because when I had a little brother, this is what I did to him. Also help him, push him around, make him walk, and I totally forgot. And now my mom, she stopped doing that. And
Uh-huh.
Nina's mom, she is pretty side. All the outfits, all the cutest stuff. She is like pretty side of Vera.
Uh-huh.
My mom my mom taking her around, like doing sometimes exercise. Yes,
Uh-huh.
um, and then yeah, that's actually it helps. I think yeah, she likes to see different people around.
Yeah. That
So
makes
in this case, it's just hard to when everyone at the same time living at the same spot. That part,
So I imagine that it might feel at times like you don't have your own space. It is hard to be to have privacy.
I wouldn't. Maybe a little bit. It's because it's like I work. I'm leaving the house and go to the studio. I just dance all day, so I feel
Yeah.
feel a little guilty because it's like I've been, it's like I'm going for work or having fun. I go like
Yeah.
every time like I'm going to have fun. Well, it is, and it's like my mom and Nina. They all day they stay at home. They work at home, and I would. So, when we had the COVID and we work at home, I feel like I would get depression. It's like
Yeah.
1 month. It's like
It's a lot.
it's not okay if you feel okay when you sit like this by yourself
Yeah.
if you're not getting set. And we like kind of now in situation we like two people in the same house.
Yeah. Everybody under one roof, but the mom's kind of at home a lot. As Nino also works from home, yes.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
it's right.
really important, I would imagine, for her to get out and get to the studio, do some dancing, or get out and do something else besides be at home. Because I know how claustrophobic that gets.
Yes, so we well like usually we just need to rearrange stuff.
Yeah.
And it's if if everything would be so easy and simple, life would be very different. It's just the way how you can manage the troubles, just to
Yeah.
find a way. Sometimes it looks like I know something impossible, but uh, it has to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about your childhood growing up in the Ukraine and how you see that, the differences that you see from not only a time perspective, but also just culturally, any differences that you see with parenting from Ukraine to here, um, and anything that you identify that may be better in Ukraine that isn't as good here, or things that are better there that or that are better here than there. If you can dive into that a little bit, I would really appreciate it.
Well, at least in when I was little, Uh, usually it's like I know, like everyone has a kindergarten or school right behind your house. Like it's like a walk.
Hmm.
Every single school is like a walking distance.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you just usually like all kids, like you're 6 years, 7 years old. You just the parents they put the bag with the books, textbooks on your back, and you just walk. If at kindergarten they bring you, you turn 7 years old, you turn the other corner, you go to school. It's usually it's very everything is very close. And yeah, and in America, one knows that yellow buses is first thing when you think about the school. Like you need to find the yellow bus, and then they're gonna bring you somewhere to the school. And I don't remember. Yeah, because I was born in 1978, so that was USSR. That was those kind of
Hmm.
schools. Um, and parents, parenting. I don't even know what is different. We didn't have many devices, but everything actually looks feels kind of similar. The way how the family taking care of you,
Right.
like because I remember when we were taken care of, or like my cousin, the sister, or my brother. It's like everyone running around helping each other, like a little teamwork. That
Hmm.
part feels the same. Because
Hmm.
yes, I remember it was mom, dad, grandparents, everyone around. It feels great, like all family together. And Yeah, when here right now, when we have mom, dad, grandparents, it's this weird feeling, like feels like almost like a back in Ukraine. I guess it's just thing
Yeah,
about family. It's not
yeah,
about
yeah.
the country.
And then,
Yeah.
do you remember what are some of like your best memories from childhood in Ukraine,
In the childhood, like
or just yeah, let's call it early life. You know, first memories from Ukraine, and then we'll transition into anything that any challenges that you face while living.
oh, challenges. The the biggest the biggest difference, it's like doesn't matter you like I don't know child or are you getting older. It's like I like in America it's like everything about like planning, or maybe just maybe not everyone in America, but anyway it's like you planning for the future, you know what gonna happen.
Mm,
And it's like that's very interesting because we got used to for many years when you live and you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I think it doesn't matter what you do, you still don't know what's gonna happen. You plan,
okay.
you don't plan. Well, when the Soviet Union, before Soviet Union broke, like I don't remember people was happy about that that was exist then. But when it's broken, there was when Soviet Union broke, there was of course it's more difficulties. Because you don't know what kind of government gonna be, what kind of laws. It's just you don't know who gonna lose job tomorrow. It's like everything looks like so kind of tricky. And
Mm,
uh, well, and now and even worse, we have a war. So that
yeah,
was before war was complicated. With war, even more complicated. And I like here you you just you have the goal, you can find a way to reach this goal, and you know like all right, I'll be there if I'll do everything right. uh, I will reach my goal, and that's also gives you like motivation, because you know if you really want it you can have it. But
yeah,
if you the other way, if you really want it but you still don't know, it's like a maybe yes maybe no, that's a little bit less motivation for anything.
yeah. Interesting. So just because of circumstances, you may not be able to achieve your goal, and so it's kind of like why even bother?
Yes, and yeah, like people, of course, lots of people they're working hard, they believe, and then something happen. Then
Mhm.
or nothing happened, nothing changed to good, or like the war happened, or it's very yes, it's very tricky.
Yeah. One thing that I like to challenge the fathers that come on the Inspire Father podcast to do is to come up with a challenge for our listeners to do from now until the next episode. And it can be anything, it can be nutrition, relationships, fitness, dancing, any challenge that you want to give our listeners until the next show.
We like to do teamwork. That's funny when it's like it like doesn't matter like we sometimes we try to do different things like first time we that was funny, we did like a change to change diaper because we didn't know how to make it. It's like one person help, and uh I like feel like we're doing everything wrong, and then one moment like she hold one leg, I have I have her hand, we pull the diaper from one side from the other, and one time we feel like we switch it in like in 5 seconds and she didn't wake up, and we look at each other, we're so proud, and explosion happened in a diaper
Oh,
and everything like boom, all the moisty explosion. And that was very funny. and anything. We wash the hands. It's like I hold the baby. You wash the hand. You wipe, and it's like it's like a teamwork.
Yeah.
Um, and then we did with Nina of that for a while, and then I remember my mom, because she works for watching her for by herself lots of times, and it's like, Mom, let's wash it together, and she's like, I'll do it myself. She hold her like, oh, that's not so fun. Like you hold her on your own and you wash your
Yeah.
hands on your own, like together is like faster, easier, fun, and it's like we're playing the game. So the
Exactly.
teamwork on anything together, how to make it like the fastest diaper change or whatever, faster room clean
Anything. So
together,
just the challenges is
whatever
intentionally
gonna.
doing teamwork with your wife. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
Cool.
the same thing like dancing. If you're gonna go to the studio, you do teamwork, you're doing something good together, you both feel
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. I love it. That is awesome. And then is there anything else that you would like for our listeners to take away from our conversation today?
When you build when you build a family, make sure everyone has enough space. Physical and mental.
Okay. Gotcha. And then
And
Gregory, if anybody wants to get in contact with you after maybe you've said something in here that struck a chord with somebody, or they just have a question about dancing, or um, you know, being from Ukraine, new father, anything, is there a best way for us to get in touch with you?
probably Facebook will be the easiest.
Okay.
The Facebook that's gonna be the main what's gonna be related to the studio. It's Grygorii Mishura Pro.
Uh-huh. And then
Uh,
we'll link that up.
yes, yes, you can see there is lots of links. You can see what happened in even in our studio. Uh, yeah, there's a lots of events and pictures. It's yeah, that will be. I'll happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Well, Gregory, thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to do this with me. And
Uh,
I'm excited to have you back on sometime in the future to see how things are going with Vera after, she'll be 1 year old soon, just like the twins. And hopefully we get to see more of you soon.
yeah, new studio gonna be open in New Year in High Point.
Okay.
That's gonna be right there, right next to the biggest Target. Well, it's only one Target.
Very cool. All right, Gregory, we will talk to you soon. Okay.
Uh-huh. All right, Wes. That was nice to see you.
Likewise. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Inspired Fathers. My name is Wesley Rhoads, and you've been listening to the Inspired Father podcast. I hope you found inspiration from this episode, and also hope that you'll subscribe and join us next time on the Inspired Father podcast.